Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel of Indian Astrology. Today we will discuss the 7th house of the horoscope, but before that, we will cover some basic information about the entire horoscope. I will be teaching you in YouTube channel of Indian Astrology from the basics to advanced levels. First, it's important to know that the horoscope has 12 houses, 12 zodiac signs, and 9 planets, but 2 of these planets are considered shadow planets. First, we will learn about the 12 houses of the horoscope and where they are located in the birth chart. First, the first house comes here. Then the second house comes here. After that, the third house comes here. And then the fourth house comes here. Later, the fifth house comes here. Then the sixth house comes here. After that, the seventh house comes here. And then the eighth house comes here. Later, the ninth house comes here. Then the 10th house comes here. After that, the 11th house comes here. And finally, the 12th house comes here. The 12 houses are always fixed. That means the 12 houses never change. Now we will learn about the 12 zodiac signs. The positions of these 12 signs and 9 planets in the 12 houses of the horoscope will be changed depending on the person's date of birth, place of birth, and exact time of birth. Now we know the names of all 12 zodiac signs. And we know the numbers assigned to each of those signs. Aries is number 1. Taurus is number 2. Gemini is number 3. Cancer is number 4. Leo is number 5. Virgo is number 6. Libra is number 7. Scorpio is number 8. Sagittarius is number 9. Capricorn is number 10. Aquarius is number 11. And Pisces is number 12. The names of the 9 planets are Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. Among these, Rahu and Ketu are called shadow planets. The zodiac signs and planets are connected to each other by numbers. This is referred to as the ruling planet of the zodiac sign. Out of the 9 planets, 7 are assigned ownership of the zodiac signs. Rahu and Ketu are not assigned physical signs. The Sun is assigned to only one zodiac sign, which is Leo, and the zodiac sign number for Leo is 5. The Moon is assigned only one zodiac sign, which is Cancer, and the ruling planet number for Cancer is 4. The planet Mars is assigned to 2 zodiac signs, Aries and Scorpio. The zodiac sign number for Aries is 1, and the zodiac sign number for Scorpio is 8. The planet Mercury is assigned to 2 zodiac signs, Gemini and Virgo. The zodiac sign number for Gemini is 3, and the zodiac sign number for Virgo is 6. The planet Jupiter has been assigned 2 zodiac signs, which are Sagittarius and Pisces. The zodiac sign number for Sagittarius is 9 and the zodiac sign number for Pisces is 12. The planet Venus is assigned to 2 zodiac signs, Taurus and Libra. The zodiac sign number for Taurus is 2, and the zodiac sign number for Libra is 7. The planet Saturn is assigned 2 zodiac signs, Capricorn and Aquarius. The zodiac sign number for Capricorn is 10, and the zodiac sign number for Aquarius is 11. Each house, sign, and planet in a horoscope has its own unique characteristics. By studying and combining all these characteristics, we can predict the future of any individual. In today's video, we will study and discuss the 7th house of the horoscope in detail. What does the 7th house represent? The 7th house is primarily considered the house of relationships and partnerships. Its primary significance is marriage and spouse, the nature of the spouse, the timing of marriage, marital happiness or challenges, love affairs and partnerships, romantic relationships, business partnerships, public dealings, interactions with others, social interactions, legal matters and adversaries, court cases, open enemies, and foreign travel, connections with foreign countries. In simple words, the 7th house is called marriage, spouse, partnership, public relations. In astrology, the 7th house is considered the house of relationships, marriage, and partnerships. It reflects our ability to connect with others in life. What is the nature of the 7th house? This is a social and relationship-oriented house. It reflects how a person interacts with others. It reflects the need for balance and cooperation in life. It faces the first house, so it is considered the house of partnership. What are the qualities of the 7th house? The qualities associated with the 7th house are cooperation, the ability to compromise, balance and justice, sociability, charm, and the ability to build relationships. What are the good and bad effects of all the planets on the 7th house? If the Sun is in Aries and placed in the 7th house, it is believed to have some special effects according to astrology. In astrology, the Sun is considered the planet of the soul, ego, leadership, self-confidence, and authority. The Sun is exalted in Aries, so its power is greatly enhanced here. Your spouse may be confident, have a strong personality, and be a leader. Ego or dominance may sometimes be a problem in the relationship. Your partner may have an independent nature. Success in business or public dealing is possible. You may gain prestige and recognition among people. The Sun in the 7th house in Aries makes the individual strong, influential and a leader in relationships and partnerships, but it is important to learn balance and compromise. If the Sun is in the Libra sign and is placed in the 7th house, it is considered a special situation in astrology, because the Sun is considered debilitated in Libra. The Sun represents self-confidence, ego, authority, and the soul. Libra represents balance, relationships, justice, and compromise. The 7th house represents marriage, life partners, partnerships, and public relations. The 7th house Sun in Libra makes the individual a life learner through relationships and society, where developing balance and self-confidence is important. Therefore, the person's self-confidence may fluctuate. He may be overly dependent on others. There may be imbalance or ego issues in his relationships. And sometimes there may be delays or ups and downs in marriage. If the moon is in Taurus and placed in the 7th house, this is generally considered a good position in astrology, as the moon is exalted in Taurus. This has a profound impact on matters related to relationships and marriage. The moon in the 7th house in Taurus makes the person stable, loving and loyal in relationships and often indicates a happy married life. A spouse may be loving, stable, and reliable. A partner may enjoy beauty, art, or a comfortable life. The marriage is characterized by emotional connection and stability. The individual enjoys a good home, a comfortable life, and material comforts. They desire to build a stable and happy life with their partner. The moon in Scorpio, placed in the 7th house, holds special significance in astrology. The moon in Scorpio is considered debilitated, so its effects can be emotionally deep and sometimes challenging. Scorpio moon in the 7th house makes the person's relationships very deep, emotional and intense, but it is very important to maintain balance in emotions. There may be suspicion or insecurity in relationships, increased sensitivity, occasional mental stress, and a mood that can sometimes be unstable or easily influenced. Even small things can have a strong emotional impact. If Mars is placed in Capricorn in the 7th house, it is considered the planet of energy, courage, action, anger, competition, and leadership. Mars is considered exalted in Capricorn, so its power is very strong here. Mars in the 7th house in Capricorn makes a person strong, responsible and hard-working in relationships and partnerships, but it is important to maintain patience and balance. Strong willpower, discipline, and hard work, leadership abilities, and the ability to achieve goals. Your spouse may be ambitious, hardworking, and disciplined. Responsibilities may increase after marriage. Occasional arguments or conflicts may arise in the relationship, as Mars is a fiery planet. If Mars is placed in the 7th house in Cancer, then it is considered a sensitive and challenging position in astrology, because Mars is considered debilitated in Cancer. Mars in Cancer in the 7th house can make a person very emotional, defensive, and sometimes short-tempered in relationships. Maintaining balance and patience can improve relationships. Mars in Cancer in the 7th house can increase the likelihood of anger and emotional reactions in relationships, tension in marital life, disagreements in business partnerships, delay in marriage or marital conflict. If Mercury is in the 7th house, while in Virgo, this position is considered very strong and auspicious, according to astrology. Because Mercury's own zodiac sign is Virgo, it is very influential here. Mercury in the 7th house in Virgo makes the person intelligent, practical and skilled in communication in relationships and partnerships, but he should avoid excessive criticism and overthinking. Your spouse may be intelligent, practical, and understanding. Your partner may be good at communication and logical. Communication and understanding play a crucial role in relationships. Success in business partnerships is likely. Profits may be found in business, writing, education, consulting, accounting, or communications. The individual can negotiate wisely. If Mercury is placed in the 7th house, in Pisces, it is considered to have some special astrological effects. Mercury in Pisces is considered debilitated, so its energy sometimes doesn't work as clearly. Mercury in Pisces in the 7th house makes the person emotional, imaginative, and a sensitive communicator, but it is important to maintain clarity and practicality in relationships and partnerships. Confusion or misunderstanding in relationships, instability in decision-making, excessive trust in others, and a lack of practical thinking. The person tends to speak from the heart in relationships. However, clarity can sometimes be lacking. Emotions can lead to confusion in decision-making. If Jupiter is in the 7th house, in Cancer, this is considered a very auspicious position in astrology, as Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. This strengthens its positive qualities. Jupiter in the 7th house in Cancer is considered an auspicious combination that brings happiness, understanding, respect and support in marriage, partnership and social relationships. A kind and generous nature, understanding in relationships, good moral values, cooperation, and respect. Your spouse may be understanding, compassionate, religious, or have ethical values. Marriage can bring happiness, respect, and support. Your spouse may value family. If Jupiter is in Capricorn and is placed in the 7th house, then Jupiter is considered debilitated, hence its natural power gets reduced here. Jupiter in the 7th house in Capricorn makes a person serious, responsible and practical in relationships, but stability and success in marriage and relationships come slowly. Delay in marriage, emotional distance in relationships, difficulties in partnership in the beginning, the knowledge qualities of guru are not fully revealed. If Venus is placed in the 7th house, in Pisces, it is considered a very auspicious and powerful position in astrology. Venus is exalted in Pisces, so its positive qualities are more pronounced. Venus in Pisces in the 7th house makes the person very loving, romantic and charming, and is generally considered a very auspicious combination for marriage and relationships. The native experiences deep love and romance, possesses kindness and compassion, possesses charm and beauty, and a fondness for art, music, and creativity. The individual is very loyal and devoted in relationships. Has a keen sense of understanding of others' feelings. May be inclined to sacrifice and self-denial in love. If Venus is in Virgo and is placed in the 7th house, then Venus is considered debilitated, hence its natural energy may be slightly weak. Venus in Virgo in the 7th house makes the person practical, analytical and responsible in relationships, but he should avoid the habit of finding faults and overthinking. Excessive criticism in relationships, difficulty expressing emotions, high expectations of perfection in love. The spouse may be practical, intelligent, and hardworking. The person may overanalyze relationships. They may have a tendency to find faults in small things. Sometimes there may be dissatisfaction or delay in marriage. If Saturn is in the Libra sign and is placed in the 7th house, then according to astrology, this is considered an important position, because Saturn is exalted in the Libra sign. Saturn in Libra in the 7th house makes a person serious, responsible, and someone who builds stable relationships. There may be challenges initially, but over time, strong and long-lasting relationships are likely to develop. Marriage may be delayed. Your partner may be mature, serious, and responsible. Relationships will gradually strengthen and can be long-lasting. Business partnerships can be successful, especially if done slowly and systematically. The individual works with patience and strategy. If Saturn is in Aries and placed in the 7th house, it is considered a significant position in astrology. The important thing to note is that Saturn in Aries is considered debilitated, so its effects can be mixed or challenging. Saturn in the 7th house in Aries brings delays, responsibility, and important life lessons to relationships and marriage. Over time, this placement can lead to stable and mature relationships. Your spouse may be serious, responsible, or slightly older. Sometimes, distance, coldness, or the pressure of responsibilities may appear in your relationship. Slow but steady progress may occur in business partnerships. Starting a business may be difficult or delayed, but hard work can lead to long-term success. If Rahu is placed in the 7th house in Taurus, it is considered to have certain effects in astrology. Rahu is a shadow planet, associated with material desires, unusual experiences, attraction, and illusion. Rahu in the 7th house in Taurus makes a person very attracted to relationships, marriage, and material pleasures. This can lead to unusual relationships, foreign contacts, and material gains, but it's important to maintain balance and clarity in relationships. The native may benefit from foreign partners or new technology in business. Partnerships can bring both unexpected profits and unexpected problems. The person's spouse may be attractive, materialistic, or from a different culture, location. Occasionally, a sudden or unusual marriage may arise, such as with someone from a different caste, religion, or foreigner. If Rahu is in the 7th house in Scorpio, it has special effects, according to astrology. Rahu is a shadow planet and brings intense desire, unusualness, and mystery to the house and sign it occupies. Rahu in the 7th house in Scorpio can make relationships deep, mysterious, and sometimes complex. Marriage and partnerships often bring karmic and transformative experiences to this individual's life. The native may experience doubt or insecurity in relationships, sudden changes or conflicts, and extreme emotional intensity. Business partnerships may be formed with foreigners or people from different backgrounds. Success in business may be found in work involving strategy, secrets, or research. If Ketu is placed in the 7th house in Scorpio, it is considered to have a deep and complex influence. Ketu is a spiritual, mystical, and detachment planet, and Scorpio is also a sign of mystery, depth, and transformation. Therefore, its influence here can be very intense. Ketu in the 7th house in Scorpio doesn't allow relationships to remain simple. It allows the individual to experience profound experiences and spiritual learning through relationships, but maintaining balance and trust is crucial. Deep understanding and intuition, ability to understand mysteries, spiritual inclination, power to learn from difficult situations. If Ketu is placed in the 7th house in Taurus, then according to astrology, it gives special effects in the area of relationships, marriage and partnership. Ketu in Taurus in the 7th house can bring unusual experiences, distance or learning in relationships and marriage, but it can also give the person spiritual understanding and depth. A person may gradually become detached from material pleasures. Stability in relationships requires effort. How will each zodiac sign affect the 7th house? Aries in the 7th house of a horoscope influences a person's marriage, partnership, and relationship nature. Mars rules Aries. Mars is the planet of energy, courage, competition, and leadership. Therefore, when Aries is in the 7th house, relationships exhibit energy, intensity, and independence. Your spouse may be courageous, confident, and independent. Your partner may be straightforward and quick to make decisions. Occasionally, the relationship may be prone to short tempers or arguments. In business, you may find a partner who is action-oriented and leadership-oriented. Aries in the 7th house brings passion, independence, and a strong personality to a person's relationships, but patience and balance are essential. If Taurus is placed in the 7th house of a horoscope, then according to astrology, it gives some special indications about the nature of the person's marriage, spouse, partnership and relationships. With Taurus in the 7th house, a person wants a stable, loyal and comfortable married life and often finds a life partner who is practical and reliable. The person has a stubborn nature, excessive possessiveness and difficulty in accepting change. The partner may be calm, stable, and reliable. The partner enjoys comfort, a nice home, and a comfortable life. The marriage is generally considered stable and long-lasting. If Gemini is in the 7th house of your horoscope, it primarily impacts marriage, spouses, and partnerships. Gemini is an air sign and ruled by Mercury, so it is characterized by intelligence, conversation, and playfulness. With Gemini in the 7th house, relationships are based on conversation, intelligence, and friendship. Such a person is blessed with a life partner who is understanding, friendly, and communicative. Person may be face problem of mood swings, lack of stability in relationships, a tendency to overthink or be indecisive. These people often find themselves drawn to intellectually attractive individuals. They may develop a friendship-like relationship with their spouse, often characterized by jokes, conversation, and the exchange of ideas. If someone has Cancer sign in the 7th house of their horoscope, then its effect mainly falls on the nature of marriage, spouse and relationships. With Cancer in the 7th house, a person's relationships are emotional, caring and family-oriented, and the spouse is also usually sensitive and nurturing. Emotional dependence on the partner. The partner may be passionate, compassionate, and caring. They place great importance on family and home. Occasional mood swings or excessive emotionality may occur. If Leo is placed in the 7th house in a horoscope, it gives some special indications about marriage, partnership and relationships. Leo in the 7th house brings respect, confidence, and leadership energy to one's relationships. A spouse can often have a strong personality and reputation. Your partner may be confident, dominant, and a leader. They desire respect and importance. They may even be a bit arrogant or dominant at times. If a person has Virgo in the 7th house of his horoscope, then it shows some special qualities about his marriage, spouse, and relationships. Virgo in the 7th house makes a person sensible, practical, and analytical in relationships, but sometimes excessive thinking and criticism can bring tension in relationships. Your partner may be intelligent, understanding, and practical. They may be neat, organized, and responsible. They may also be overly critical or critical at times. If Libra is placed in the 7th house of the horoscope, then this position is considered very important for relationships and partnerships in astrology, because the ruling planet of Libra is Venus, and Libra is also considered to have a natural connection with the 7th house. With Libra in the 7th house, one's life is more centered around relationships, balance, love, and partnerships. Your partner may be attractive, polite, social, and understanding. They maintain balance and peace in relationships. Marriage is generally likely to be harmonious. If a person has Scorpio in the 7th house in their birth chart, it particularly affects the nature of marriage, spouse, and partnership. Relationships and marriages with Scorpio in the 7th house are deep, intense, and transformative. Love and loyalty can be strong, but balance and trust are essential. Your partner may be emotional, deep-thinking, and mysterious. They may have a strong, controlling nature. They may even be possessive or jealous at times. If Sagittarius is placed in the 7th house of a person's horoscope, its impact is mainly on marriage, spouse, and partnership. Having Sagittarius in the 7th house can give a person a life partner who is honest, educated, spiritual, and free-thinking, and gives a lot of importance to truth and understanding in a relationship. Your partner may be honest, understanding, and knowledgeable. They may also be religious, spiritual, or educated. They may also be freedom-loving and open-minded. If Capricorn is placed in the 7th house of your horoscope, it primarily impacts marriage, spouses, and partnerships. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so its qualities are also reflected in relationships. Capricorn in the 7th house makes the person's relationships serious, responsible, and lasting, but sometimes there may be delays in marriage or emotional distance. Relationships can sometimes feel distant or cold. Expressing feelings can be difficult. Marriage may be delayed or burdened by responsibilities. If Aquarius is placed in the 7th house of a horoscope, its influence primarily affects marriage, spouse, relationships, and partnerships. Saturn is considered the ruler of Aquarius. Aquarius in the 7th house will create relationships based on friendship, freedom, equality, and innovative thinking, but maintaining emotional balance is essential. Intelligent and progressive, social or humanitarian, a bit different or unique, can be a bit emotionally distant at times. The individual values independence and personal space in relationships. Friendship and understanding are of paramount importance in relationships. The individual can often be unconventional. If Pisces is placed in the 7th house of the horoscope, its impact mainly falls on the nature of marriage, spouse, and relationships. Pisces in the 7th house can create emotional, sensitive, and spiritual relationships, but maintaining clarity and balance is essential. Your partner may be passionate, compassionate, and understanding. They may have spiritual or religious interests. They may have a helpful nature. The marriage may be filled with devotion and emotional depth. Sometimes, there may be a lack of clarity or confusion in the relationship. The partner may be from a distant location or a different culture. What are the results if the Lord of the 7th house is strong? Marriage is generally stable and happy. A spouse is cooperative, understanding, and helpful. The partner may be from a good family, well-educated, or have a good reputation. You receive support and benefits from your spouse. Business partnerships can be successful. There is trust and cooperation with your partner. The individual gains a good reputation in society. Good relationships with people. The likelihood of success in public dealing, politics, business, or public relations increases. Marriage may bring increased wealth or fortune. Foreign contacts or benefits from abroad. Balanced and harmonious relationships in life. What problems arise if the Lord of the 7th house is weak? Marriage may be delayed. There may be obstacles or hindrances in finalizing the marriage. There may be disagreements, fights, or tension between spouses. There may be a lack of understanding in the relationship. Spouse's health may deteriorate. Sometimes, you may not receive full support from your spouse. The possibility of fraud or loss in business partnerships may increase. There may be a lack of trust with your partner. It may be difficult to get along with others. Disputes may arise in public relations. In some cases, separation, divorce, or distance in relationships may also occur. What are the general remedies for the 7th house? Treat your spouse with respect and understanding. Avoid arrogance and anger. Maintain patience and cooperation in relationships. Help the poor or needy, and donate clothes, sweets, or white goods. Husband and wife should worship together in a temple. The key quality of the 7th house is balance, so avoid hasty decisions. Maintain trust and clarity in partnerships.